You've loved Timeless and Unfiltered to this point, and we can't wait to share more. Today, we're giving you the best moments of what we shared thus far. Enjoy.
This is Legra.
This is Stephanie.
This is Cherie.
And this is Ivania.
And this is Timeless and Unfiltered, where we are spilling the tea on midlife, one laugh at a time.
One, I think I've said that before. I don't mind approaching somebody, so that may be a part of it too. But I'm just not falling to that. I'm not falling into that thing about what Atlanta look like and what the other women are doing, because I just think that we give I keep saying the receiver, but the other person, we'll go after another woman and say what she's doing, but we never sit back and look at what the person who's a receiver, they're coming at. They gotta come after your man. Mm-hmm. And what is he doing? And how did they get his number? Mm-hmm. His number just didn't jump in their damn pocket or phone.
That's right.
But because we don't want to deal with it, the accountability of holding that MFer responsible.
Okay. Exactly.
We don't want to be responsible for holding him accountable. So we go jump on the other person and they got something to do with it. Actually, they don't know me shit.
Yeah.
They don't owe me
That's
anything.
don't owe you shit.
You owe me something.
Yeah.
And I'm not coming after you. I'm not
Yep.
trying to figure out what you're doing. When I don't feel comfortable or safe,
I'm done.
It's a wrap.
it's time for me to go.
Yes.
It's just that simple. I don't give a damn what city we live in, Atlanta or anywhere else.
I don't think I have ever gone through his stuff. Mm-mm.
Yeah, because why?
Never. Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm gonna do? Call her up and say, hey, I found your number in his phone. What?
No,
people do.
Ain't nobody gonna see me sweat. You will never see me sweat.
Right. I've never.
No.
Right. And it's the truth. It's like you said, people still come up to me. Oh, you married? Yes. Are you happy? What?
People are bold.
Yes, they do that.
Yeah,
they
will ask you.
They
Definitely
don't care.
Ask me, are you
They
happy?
care down
and
here.
they don't care. But when I feel like, I'm not married either, but I feel like when your relationship is strong, even in dating, if y'all have something that's strong, that you're committed to, or you really care about this person, then you really care about their emotions. Yeah. And that comes with safety. That's what feeling safe feel like. Like we're here together and I don't have to worry. Mm-hmm. And the second those feelings come up or something's going on, I don't have that to do. But that comes with mature conversations with somebody, right? So when you're having mature conversations and you're dating or you decide whatever you're going to do, y'all do know as women, we could be seeing somebody and then after a while we just assume we date whatever and they never even ask us. You know, there's a lot of things that go into that.
Assumptions.
But once, and I always say, we just doing this till we don't, until somebody asks the other person, like
you gotta have that
conversation. You
conversation.
have to have the adult conversation, right?
Yes.
And then once you do that, you have to feel secure and safe and this is what it is. And as an adult, when it's not anymore, then you have to be
an adult.
And let's have a conversation to move this along.
What we doing?
But people,
what are we doing?
People just don't do that.
Yeah, it's communication. We don't communicate like we should.
Well, that's why I think friendships, to build a friendship first is the foundation.
Yes.
And I build friendships with everyone that I've dated to where I don't have like real bad breakups. They're real amicable. And I'm like, this ain't working out for me. I release you out of love. And
I can see her.
we just, and so that's when you have abandonment issues because of your past. And I'm like, oh, friend, you throwing up, what's going on? Like, don't do that. And it's not that I have abandonment issues. I'm just not gonna keep putting up with your shit at the end of the day. And I release you out of love. And I'm still cool with a lot of my exes. We still have conversations because I just don't have bad breakups. I really communicate as an adult. But I like what you said. We're doing this until we're not.
Until we're not. Yeah,
I'm about to start running that. I'm about to use the shit out of it. Because at the end of the day, that's right. That's what it is. And if I feel like we're not meshing and this ain't going anywhere, hey, let's have a conversation. And I have adult conversations, and they're uncomfortable a lot of times. They just sitting there tapping, can't believe this, you doing me like this. And hey, just,
I mean, me and Anthony have gone through phases where we didn't talk. I mean, he worked at night, I worked during the day, and it would just be
Ships passing in the night.
just right, and just be like you said. Then you got to be an adult. And say, okay,
What's going on now? What we doing?
Right, like what?
Let's talk.
So who's usually the bigger person, you or him? Who says?
Who's a bigger person?
You mean like who gonna apologize first?
I feel like I'm the one that always has to back down because I'm like, "Rawr!" And Anthony will sit there like
real calm, and then you feel crazy, like dang, he calm, dang,
because he's not gonna.
Dang.
And it used to be a place where I yelled a lot, and then I stopped and looked, and I was like, he don't hear me. Okay. Okay.
I can't hear when you yell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I stopped. And even my son had a situation where he upset me. And I said nothing. And for days, my son was like, I'm gonna need you to yell at me, cuss me out, do something, because something ain't right. Something, I don't like this. I don't like this. You not saying that. That's like danger right there.
Right.
And I got to a point now where I'll say, the warning is okay. You start running when I say, all right now. Because I'm not. And that drives them crazy. And he's like, Cheryl, say something to me. What? What would you like me to say?
Oh, they hate that.
I ain't got nothing to
No, we in trouble then.
I ain't got nothing to say.
I have a question now that we're talking. My wheels are spinning, Cheryl. Now my wheels are spinning. So, you'll hear therapists or people talk about, well, everybody, the ultimate goal is to get married, right? So why are you with somebody? Why are you doing that? If y'all don't plan on getting married, you see that a lot on TikTok and Instagram and all of that stuff. But first of all, everybody is not looking to get married. But the question is, when you're in this dating realm, isn't that something that you think that should be discussed? If that's what your ultimate goal is, it's not wasting time, right?
Yeah,
so if that's I know you want your girl saying deaf partner is the buddy. But you're not, being that you want your deaf buddy, that's a conversation that you're having
up front with people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just curious about that.
Yeah, and my current one was like, oh, I don't ever want to get married. And I'm like, so okay, we basically gonna do this till it's done.
Till you're not.
Till I'm not. Yeah. And
but there's no surprises.
Quiet. Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Look, I already told you, don't sit over here. You'll be single.
Okay. Don't.
Yeah.
But yes,
I have those conversations.
Yeah.
I let them know I'm dating with a purpose, and this is my intention. What are yours? Oh, well, I ain't. Oh, okay.
Whatever exercise you can do, ladies, please do.
Right. But I haven't had the sneeze, and I can't hold it like I used to.
Yeah.
So if I say, oh, I gotta pee, it can wait. Just go. No, it can't. Let me go and go to the bathroom.
I'm a camel. I can hold mine forever. That's the one.
Unless you sneeze.
Unless I sneeze. It's like, psst, oh, shit. Oh my God. But, and I went to the doctor and I told the doctor, I said, man, I feel like I'm walking around smelling like a little pissy. So he didn't know. He was like, I don't know, girl. And so then when he left, yes, he looked like Prince. He's so little and petite and cute. And so when he left, the nurse, she's a woman of our age, she was like, that's because we're not emptying our bladder fully. So she said, when you go to the bathroom and pee, she said, because you always have maybe like 2 or 3 drops that you didn't get out. So she was like, you lean forward and squeeze.
I do
and
that.
let them, and see, I
didn't know that. I didn't know you lean.
And she said, that's why you'll smell pee. She said, because you might have 2 to 3 little drops left that you didn't get out. So she said, lean over and squeeze. And she said, you hear them little things.
Yeah,
said,
you do.
And then you'll be fine. I was like, I never knew.
Well, I've never heard that.
Yeah, I do. Every time that I use the bathroom, when I finish, I lean forward.
Yeah.
And almost do a Kegel exercise.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and squeeze.
And that last little 2-3 drops come out. And I'm like, yep, now I'm done.
You walk around smelling fresh all day.
What about the little
I'd
random?
like to think so.
The little random farts that happen sometimes.
You say the random farts? Okay, nobody told. Well, I think part of it is because things you used to be able to eat, you can't eat anymore.
Tolerated as much.
Like, even us, we had lunch earlier today. I had to run upstairs and go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like
What is my body?
something I ate said nope.
Like, man.
Anything else? What that you wish someone had warned you?
Just that it's hard to get the weight off after a certain age. Like, seriously, like, I just had no idea.
Yeah.
That, I mean, I was always 105 pounds. They used to call me olive oil. And then one day the weight came, really, I hated it because I always had hips.
This is a little skinny thing with
Always
hips.
had
She was
hips.
slim fit.
No, I had these hips because the kids used to tease me. The boys used to tease me. The same boys.
They
used
loved
to
it.
You didn't
They
know
loved
that
it.
they
already loved it.
Yeah, they loved it.
So I was always 105 pounds, this little old thing, right? And then one day you wake up and this weight is here and you can't, I mean, I don't know if anybody remember this. This used to be this stuff called Weight On. Did you used to drink so you could gain weight?
Like protein
It was like a
powders.
it was called. So I just always drink them to gain weight because I was so little.
I wish you could
And
give it back.
I know, right?
But like nobody ever
Weight
said
off. I need
this
weight
is going to
off.
happen
When
at
you
a
get
certain
older,
age. Make
yeah.
sure that you run or work out or do something. I just assumed that I was going to be where I was at.
You're gonna be a
forever.
hot girl forever.
Forever.
You still hot girl.
Oh,
Hot girl.
you see her cut her eyes
hot
at me.
girl, man.
I'm still a hot girl.
Hot girl. But yeah, it is harder.
Still got these hips. Yeah. But I just wish that somebody
would've
would have
warned
said,
you.
this is
Wait,
thing
you
called a fupa and all of that stuff. Like nobody told me any of this. Like.
Okay, I'm gonna steer you a little different direction. Look, don't look at us. Don't judge us, Mo. And it might just be me. I know every woman is different. I know. I know every woman's body is different. But you remember when you used to wet the whole bed?
Oh, yeah.
When did that stop? When did that stop?
I think it depends on the person, honestly.
Mo laughing. He's still young.
It depends on the
See, Mo is
person.
still messing with the women that still wet up the whole bed. When did that stop and what happened to
No,
it?
the
Where
right
did it
person
go?
have you.
Yeah.
So
No,
Yeah.
the right person will. But if you just looked at me, I can wet the floor.
I can't waste it for everybody.
What is it? I can't waste it.
I gotta
He said I
reserve.
can't waste it. But also too,
At
if
some
you're
point
not
it
sexually active as often as you used
Yes,
to be, they
you
also
are.
say if you don't use it,
you
you
lose
lose
it.
it. So
That
I'm-
well runs dry.
yes, we say the well. What you say the well?
The well runs dry. That is
Gotta dig a little deeper.
The last time that I did get some, and it wasn't all that long ago. I just thought I'd test to see if she still worked. I had a hot flash in the middle.
See, that's what I do.
But the funny thing was, he felt it.
Oh, shit.
That he was like, "What's going on?"
Oh, my God.
He probably loved that hot
Yeah, 'cause
flash.
it
But
was
no,
warm, made you warmer.
it was. First of all, it's already warm. Thank you.
It made it warmer.
Turn up the heat.
Yeah, it probably
But no, it was
scorched
hot. It wasn't. It wasn't warm. It was hot. That he felt how hot my body got.
Oh, God.
At the time, he was kind of inside. So
That's what I'm saying. It was warm. They
that
like
you were
that
trying to cook
feeling.
him. What in the world? I was
They
like,
like that feeling.
that's a hot flash. She was like,
shit.
oh my God. Like, look at
Wow.
you. He felt it. He
Yeah,
felt
you could
how
feel,
hot
yeah.
my body
It makes you
instantly
warmer
went from
inside.
this to this.
Yeah.
I was burning up. And like, we had to stop. Give me a minute. So my temperature come back down. But at the time, we were in the act.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's
And-
a story.
different.
And he literally felt it, how hot I got internally.
Okay.
Trying to make sure this
Wow.
is clean
New
for
definition of hot
YouTube.
girl.
Man, that's
Trying to make sure this stays on the
hot
clean.
girl.
That's a hot, yes.
Hot girl.
Look at y'all. Look at her.
Now you had the men like trying to comment. Ooh,
You have
try
flashes? Can I come over tonight?
Can I try it out?
No, it was more than just a flat. No, it was hot. So does sex get better than when you get older?
I think so. I absolutely think
No
so.
inhibitions.
Yeah, we're not just doing the Mister thing. You know, the
Lights
things that
on
you
now.
don't know.
Your turn.
Put your leg up there.
Grab your ankles. No, I'm sorry.
Grab your
playing.
No, you're not.
You're not. You're not. Unfiltered.
No, I think it does because you, like you said, you've gotten to a point where you know your body. You know what you like, you know what you don't want, and
It's more
to me, I think
enjoyable.
it is more enjoyable, and you can verbalize what you like, what you don't like. The things that when you're younger, you don't
don't say
know.
that, you just take it, yeah.
Figuring
Kinda
it out.
conditioned to just be like, well, whatever they want, I don't know, and then.
I was never. Sex was never like that for me.
Well, no, it may not be like that for you. What I'm saying is that's what girls are basically taught for the most part.
I want to share something with the gang out here. Yeah, I have something to share.
Oh, you don't roast.
Yeah,
Okay, let's
I
see
done
what we
wrote
got.
something. And this looks so old and dated.
that I printed it out.
Instead of it on your phone.
Like, it could have been on my whole phone because I typed it on the computer and then print. I've been in work mode. I've been going crazy at work. So anyway,
Okay.
don't mind my big piece of paper.
Okay.
Okay, so I said, you were something that happened to me, a little late I must say. You came with a gush and and I tried to pray you away. What the just happened and why is it so bad? I told my grandma and she stated, girl, let me go get you some pads. This is a part of life and what makes you great. You're the giver of life and there's much more at stake. We have birthed nations and created wars. These tooties, baby, are the givers and receivers of much, much more. I got tired of you and I was seriously over it. Went to the doctor and said, sir, please snip, snip. I don't want her no more. My childbearing years are done. And just like that, in 2020, my new journey begun. I parted ways with old girl and I must say I was feeling great. But there was one more thing around that corner, one more thing to negate. She reminded me of an old song and ooh, her ass couldn't wait. She waited patiently and quietly, grinding at the gates. Oh, I'm coming. And she wanted her applause. She walked into the room and the menopause.
The menopause?
Coming to a theater soon near you. Damn. Y'all did it last night when you said, girl, I'm a rapper.
Come on, rapper. Now we need you to perform it. Come on and give it to.
Look, no, listen while you playing.
What is that?
Lil Lou.
She got Lil Lou down there.
Lil Lou,
Come on,
baby.
where Lil Lou at?
Lil Lou, baby.
Come on. That was so good.
I like it.
So we're talking about periods and menopause, y'all.
Now, keep in mind, I sent the text out about 11 o'clock last night, so you
I was
wrote that
like,
at 11 o'clock last night?
Yeah.
Good. Got
Come on,
skills.
see, the
got
talent,
bars.
the talent.
Bars, baby. That was good, though.
That was
Really good. Copyright that.
Really?
You say round the corner was the menopause.
And for those who know where I'm going, y'all know where I'm going. 'Cause I tried to
Yes.
tell my boo thing. Like, what? I said, Jesus, never mind.
Menopause,
You know,
baby.
the
Menopause.
A lot of people underestimate the power of the present moment.
Yes.
Because it's in this moment where you can unglue yourself from what has happened or
Yes.
what has been and the cycles going on. It's where you can really make the decision, the actual choice of how do you want to feel? Where do you want to go?
No, right. That was say that again. That was good.
Wait, say it again.
It's in this present moment where you can make the decision of how you want to feel.
Yes.
Where do you want to go?
Yes.
And then you get the resources or the pieces in place to make that happen. You want to feel happy? Okay, what makes you happy?
What makes you happy?
If you don't know the answer to that, then okay, we do some homework there. All that happens in the present moment.
That's a lot, right?
There's a lot of noise. What happened before is real.
Yes.
The people in your life that trigger you are real.
Yes.
All of the stressors are real.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
They're noise that you have to set limits if you can, take breaks away from it if you can, and just make a decision that this part of the day or this hour, I'm going to be here. Where's here? Here's where my feet are. And wherever my mind tries to leave, I'm going to bring that little puppy back and say, okay, we're going to sit here
Right.
and do the work that I need to do so that I can be okay.
You started off with your little rap and everything.
It's a
with
poem.
the Did y'all write anything or y'all have anything prepared for y'all cycle? I did throw this at y'all in the wee hours of the night last night.
I have a little obituary.
Oh, so you done wrote an obituary.
Goodbye,
Okay,
period.
well, let's see what we
Oh
got.
my gosh.
Let's see what we got.
This is my Aunt Flo obituary.
Or
Okay, Aunt Flo.
come on, Aunt Flo.
That was her name. That was her name,
Come on,
too.
Flo.
Okay. With a mix of relief, mild annoyance, and a few celebratory chocolates, we announced the departure of our dear Aunt Flo. For decades, she visited us like clockwork, arriving uninvited, demanding attention, and occasionally making a dramatic entrance with cramps, mood swings, and an insatiable craving for all things chocolate. And sometimes sweet and salty stuff too. Aunt Flo's visits were never short of dramatic. She was a bit like that guest who shows up at the worst possible time, stays for several days, and uses up all the hot water. She was the queen of unpredictability, sometimes early, sometimes fashionably late, and always prepared to throw a surprise curveball, like a parent during a long-awaited vacation.
Yes.
Now, as we honor our dearly departed Aunt Flo, we celebrate her ability to teach us important life lessons. Perseverance, a surprising level of patience, and the necessity of carrying an emergency tampon and stash of painkillers at all times. Rest in peace, Aunt Flo. We may not miss your timing, but we'll always remember the chaos, the humor, and the many, many trips to the store. Rest easy, old girl. Rest easy.
Rest easy. I like that. Rest easy.
That
lady.
is really
Rest easy.
Yeah.
You know, that reminded me of at work how we were saying you had to have pads stashed everywhere in your car, and at work in my little drawer I had a little jazzy like little pouch that I stabbed, you know, and so I like, and I have to grab and
And try to hide it.
yeah, walk through the office, and I was like, oh, this is just so terrible.
Girl, I used to get the tampon put in my bra.
Right. I didn't think of that. It's like we have to be so discreet, and they don't sell. You remember they used to sell up the pads and tampons in the bathroom, in the public bathroom.
Water.
But sometimes even in corporate situations, they would have them in the bathrooms. But I guess they just got tired of stocking them. But
What about going to the grocery store and buying them? You got this big box.
Yeah.
And the guy behind you is like,
looking and like, yeah,
go
shut
ahead.
up, sir. That's how you got here. You wouldn't have got
better
here
be
without
happy
us
I'm
having
wearing
that.
them. 'Cause
Thank you.
You better be happy I'm wearing them. You know, this also brings me to a story: hygiene and your period.
Oh yeah.
But some people you can smell in there.
Okay, and God forgive me, and I pray this young lady is not watching, but it is a true story. I used to take, I don't want to go into a whole lot of detail, but I had a friend who she had an older parent, and you know, first of all, we were born in what, 70s, 60s, 70s. So for her to have an older parent, her parent was probably maybe what, 40s or not even 40s. 40s, 30s. So times were different then than even they were for our time. So she was raised, and she's my age, she was raised not to get into water.
Yep, I've heard that before.
At all?
You don't get into water when you're on your cycle, because
I've heard
that's what
that.
they believed the generation before us. You do not submerge yourself in water. So we would take classes. We would take this class after work that involved us dancing and sweating and stuff. And there would be this smell that would come up in the room that I would smell. And I remember coming out of class all the time and be like, God, dog, who is that? Because it's, you know, it's a room full of women. You don't know who it is or whatever. And one time, we went to class together, and she needed a ride to her car, and so she got in my car, and it hit me, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's my friend."
I'm so sorry, cause I'm stuck on the not getting in
You
water.
you don't
So you're saying
shower.
wait a minute.
You don't shower.
No, I've heard that.
You don't.
You just scrub at the sink.
Yeah, you
But
don't.
why are you doing this?
But no, but why are you doing this?
No, cause y'all know that's how we do. We put that so we.
No, I don't know. I've never. My mother.
You ain't never took the little sink bath.
My mother has never in our life allowed us to wash up. Have you ever washed up? Never, because I passed that on to my son. My mother said, as long as it took for you to run that water, get everything prepared to wash at the sink, you could have been in and out the bathtub or the shower.
If you was young and you at a dude's house and y'all do it real quick, and you're like, oh, I gotta go home.
No, I usually
You
would
taking
jump in,
showers
I
at
usually
their
would
house?
jump in the shower.
At their parents' house? I'm talking about when
First
you
of all, I
was
wasn't
young.
boning in their parents' house, Stephanie. Nasty little hot ass. I wasn't doing all of that,
you
Stephanie.
stuck in somebody's house.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing all of that, Stephanie.
We had to do them little.
little wash off.
Well, yeah, I mean,
take the shower when you get home.
of course, I'm not gonna lie and say I've never had the washcloth, because we all had the
from the
washcloth
sink,
moment.
and you just hurry them now.
The temporary until you get to the shower.
Till you get to a shower.
Well, if I'm staying at his house, I can shower.
No, we were.
You might be in the car.
Well, first of all, y'all were hot asses.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Had
y'all were a
babies
little
early.
more hot
Had
than I
babies
was.
early. Jesus. But at least I wanted to wash them smell fresh.
For what? Because I was
To
leaving.
go home to take a bath.
Walk of shame.
Walk of shame. That's hilarious.
Don't make me forget my story.
Sorry, the girl didn't wash her ass,
Well,
basically.
No,
what you was saying.
but that's
And
what you
smelled her
were
in the car.
taught.
I
That's
never
what you
heard
were
that.
taught.
Heard
But
that.
that's the
I don't know why
that
that's
was
the
the
thing.
generation before us. You've
Never
heard it,
heard
right?
I
But
have.
why?
not-
Why can't you get in water?
It's just it was like
it was
one
an
of them old
wives'
wives'
tale.
tales. That's all.
I never
But her mother taught her that. So I remember going home and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, it was my friend. It's my friend. And my mother said, if that's your friend, then you will tell her. So I had to tell her.
Do you think she didn't know?
Well, no. When I approached her and we had the conversation, because we were friends, and of course, there's a way to tell people with love.
Not discernment, tact.
Right, with love.
Diplomacy.
You know, that there was something going on, and I noticed, you know, that it was you. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I'm on my period. And I was like, and I didn't understand. So I was like, okay, so what does that mean? So what does that mean? And then that's when she said, well, you know, you don't get in the water. You don't. And I was confused because I had never heard it before. You don't get in water. And I was like, girl, if you don't get you a vinegar bath. So I introduced her to a vinegar bath. And, you know, I was like, ugh. And she thanked me for it because we were friends. You know, she thanked me for it. But that's how she was raised.
Man, I'm about to look that up. It must be something
Google
religious
while you're
or
sitting here.
something.
I don't know.
Look,
It's
it's
just
serious.
an old wives' tale.
And I want to know where it came from.
That you do
And I wonder if it's like cultural.
That's what I'm like, I'm gonna have to research that.
This is an African American black woman.
That's what I'm saying. But that's only was it something
I wonder if,
religious or it's just
people did that.
If
I don't
someone
know.
please comment. If someone please tell me the origination of that wives' tale,
that you
because
don't get in
I am
water.
so confused.
But the hygiene. And then I've had another incident where, first of all, you already know, when we go to events and stuff, the women's line is always so long.
Oh, yeah.
And this was back in my clubbing days. I used to love to party, everybody cute. And I hate to say it was always that real cute one that it seemed like all the dudes wanted, that you would come behind them in the bathroom. I don't like to stand in lines. And unless I seriously have to go, I will hold it because I don't like to smell everybody before me. Everybody's hygiene ain't the same.
So unfortunate.
Everybody's hygiene ain't the same.
Everybody don't do it when they're in there. They don't dispose of things like they're supposed to.
I've gone into the bathroom. I've gone into the bathroom and had to pee and walked right back out, just because I didn't want the person behind me to think that smell.
And I have
was
to say,
me.
like, that ain't me.
I've done that.
I've done that.
Like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just wait.
I'm gonna be able to do this.
I'm gonna hold out until everybody gone. I come while the show is happening and stuff. I'm just gonna miss something. Okay, well, let me read mine real quick, and we're going to wrap this up. Look, we done sat here and had a whole conversation about our periods. Okay, dear period. Girl, we done for real this time.
For real?
Yeah.
You've been showing up uninvited for years, and I finally had enough. I don't know who told you we was in a lifelong situationship, but baby, I'm free now.
Yes.
First of all, I can finally wear white without feeling like I'm playing Russian roulette. No more side-eye in my pants all day. No more emergency jacket wraparounds. I'm strutting in my white with confidence now, period, not included. And let's talk about the way you used to block my blessings, specifically in the bedroom.
Oh my God.
Every time I was trying to get some, here you come with your drama. You was the biggest cock blocker in my life.
Yes, the biggest.
And I'm not going to lie, I resented you for it. Yes. Oh, and I'm so glad I don't have to carry them raggedy tampons in my purse no more. You ever had one of those things fall out in front of a fine man at the checkout line? That's why when you said that, I started laughing. Embarrassing. So now my purse is classy and tampon free. Just like classy like me. And don't even get me started on them busted period panties. You know the ones, faded, stretched out, looking like they've been through a war. Girl, I threw them in the trash with you.
Yep.
I'm back in my sexy, high-cut, lacy drawers. Living my best life. Cheeks sitting real pretty. So yeah, it's been real. It's been real toxic. I wish you well, but I'm good and I'm over it. Me and my hormones are still trying to figure out some things, but at least you're gone. So there's no love lost. This is from a grown ass, fine ass, free ass woman.
Yes. Good job. Good job.
Y'all know y'all crazy. Thank y'all for joining me on this one. This is Legger with Timeless and Unfiltered.
This is Stephanie.
This is Sharice.
And this is Ivania.
We are spilling the tea on Midlife.
One laugh at a time. Bye.